Khalid, you're on the air. What would you like to say?
Hi, Peter. I think the thing is, look, whether we determine who is terrorists and who are not, we have to look at the results of their actions. The thing is, look, if people are committing murder, people are killing innocents, people are maiming, starving people, which tends to be the case, then that description is what Israel is doing right now. Right. So the thing.
Do you think Hamas are doing that right now? I tell you what. Let's just not talk about Israel just for a second and talk about Hamas. Do you think Hamas are doing that right now?
Right now, I mean, I don't know what Hamas are doing. You
don't know what Hamas are doing?
Hamas.
Okay. I would suggest you use this thing called Google and have a look at what Hamas have done and have been doing. They've got 59 hostages at the moment. They don't in any way dispute that they have 59 hostages. That's terrorism, isn't it?
But the problem we have, Peter, is that all you're going to state is what Hamas is doing. You can't see what Israel is doing. Are you saying that no babies have been killed? No six-year-old Hindu?
No, I haven't said that. I'm not talking about that. I'm not saying. At what point in this conversation have I defended Israel? Have I defended what Israel has done?
So, but the thing is, you've got to look at the bigger picture about Peter. The thing is, this did not start on the 7th of October 2020.
Well, it did. It did because there was a massive. I mean, so hold on. Let me just be absolutely clear here, Khalid. Are you saying that Hamas aren't terrorists? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying that Hamas would cease to exist if Israel stopped its land grabbing, stopped killing innocents, stopped imprisoning
So there's a period
innocent people.
Okay. Maybe you can get through the next couple of sentences without saying the word Israel. If there is an organisation that murders, maims, gang rapes, burns people and takes hostages on the 7th of October, do you consider that organisation a terrorist organisation?
Anybody, as I've told you, anybody who murders, kills, maims, locks up innocent people, starves people to death, of course, they are terrorists. That is a terrorist action.
So if I just ask you really simply, Khalid, really simply, are Hamas terrorists? Can you just say yes or no?
You see, that's what Nelson Mandela was called when he was in South Africa.
So, what I'm getting from what you're saying, Khalid, I don't want to put words in your mouth, and that's why I'm asking you a really simple question. I'm not interested in Nelson Mandela. I'm not interested in the IRA. To be honest, I'm not actually interested in Israel in the context of this situation. What I'm interested in is looking at what Hamas do, and you are what you do. And if you simply say that we know, as you have admitted and say that you accept that Hamas on the 7th of October and since then have murdered people, raped people, burned people, and are holding 59 hostages, that's a terrorist group, isn't it? So I ask you again, really simply, are Hamas terrorists?
First of all, don't put words into my mouth. I did not say people were gang raped. You have to look at the facts of what actually happened on the 7th of October.
There were gang rapes on the 7th of October. It is well documented. There were gang rapes by Hamas members of Israeli citizens at the Nova Festival on the 7th of October. That is a fact.
Peter, get your facts right.
That is a fact. No, you're not going to tell me get my facts right. My facts are right.
No, Peter.
You're telling me my facts aren't right. Okay, you won't tell me whether you think Hamas are terrorists, and you're telling me my facts, which are accepted and happened, are not true. That's what you're saying, Khalid.
I'm saying things did happen. Things should never have happened on the 7th of October. I agree with you that there should not have been an incursion into the land of Israel, as it were. These things should not have happened. But you have to look at the consequences. Why? I mean, look, when you lock up people in a concentration camp for so long, they're going to.
Why do you call Gaza a concentration camp? Why do you use that language?
What do you mean? Why do you use that language? Because
in what way was Gaza a concentration camp? In what way was it a concentration camp? Maybe you can explain that to me.
Amnesty International, UN.
Oh, Amnesty International. Well, we've got to take their word for it because they know everything, including using the word genocide, which is not correct.
UNICEF, James Elder of UNICEF. There's thousands of people, thousands of organizations across the world, including many reputed, honourable organizations who've counted this as an open air concentration.
Do you know why they say that? Do you know why I think they use that phrase, Khalid? I think they use that phrase because they want to say what's happening to people in Gaza is the same as what the Nazis did, and they want to call Israel Nazis. That's why I think they did it. In 2005, Gaza was given over to the Palestinian people. The Israelis were not involved.
You've heard of the Yunnan plan, Peter, I presume. You know what the Yunnan plan is? The plan done it? You've heard of that?
Yep.
This is documented stuff. 1948. I didn't write it. Israel wrote it themselves.
Why are you going back to 1948 when I've asked you a really simple question, which is, are Hamas terrorists? And you haven't given me an answer, Khalid.
If I come to your house, Peter, right, give me an example.
You've said a lot of things, Khalid, but you haven't said that Hamas are terrorists.
Why should I state when I don't know the exact facts? I've not met any Hamas member. I have not affiliated with any of Hamas. I don't know.
Hamas are terrorists, and Khalid, you're willfully ignoring the facts here. And I'm afraid we've got to go to a break, and this conversation is over. But you're more than welcome to ring in on another occasion. Khalid from Leicester there.